Hey there guys, what's up? Welcome to this tutorial. Today I'll be showing you how to basically get a clone effect just like this. Yep, so that was the video. Yeah, I'll be showing you how to get that in Adobe After Effects. So as soon as you open this up, what you need to do is basically create a new composition. Whatever the settings are, it's okay. Doesn't matter. You can make the durations as much as you want, and click OK. Now we're gonna pause right there, and I'm gonna show you another video on how to record a clone effect video in real life. You do need to follow a few steps, so check that out. It's there. Hey, hello there guys, what's up? Welcome to the surrounding tutorial on how to record a video for cloning yourself. Okay, now I would recommend a white plain background or a green, any plain background. That could be the wall, that could be literally anything that has a plain background behind you, or it could be somewhere you're sitting like a sofa, or maybe two chairs, etc. Could be anything of that sort. Okay, now that's about the surround. It could be literally anything. Just make sure there's nothing close behind you, because when you record, you're going to be recording in two videos basically. All right, so you need to make sure that nothing physical is behind you that could cause a problem, because you will understand that in the tutorial why. Now the next thing I would like to tell you is make sure you use a tripod stand and you do not move the camera in different ways when you're recording, because that could again screw up the background of the first video and the second video. And probably in the first video there'll be a background of a flower, and in the second one maybe just another building. So I suggest you keep the camera in one place and you do not move it. Well, you could use the masking tool and just remove all that, but trust me, you don't want to go through that. It's real pain. So keep that in mind. The next thing is when you now the main idea is basically you're recording yourself in one place and then quickly moving into the other place. So make sure suppose I'm sitting right here, and I suppose I have to move to the other side. I make sure that there is a gap between where I was sitting previously and where I'm sitting currently. There should be a gap. Otherwise, your hand will cause problems in the video. Like for example, your hand will pretty much the opacity of your hand will be totally reduced and will become transparent, which will totally look unrealistic. You don't want that to happen, do you? So you better make sure there is adequate enough of space between between your first character and the second character. Make sure your hand doesn't go into the place of the first character, or any part of your body going into the first character's video area, because that'll screw it up. All right. The next thing sorry, my oh my god, my voice just literally went. The next thing I recommend is not standing up. Make sure there are no showpieces or anything that could affect the video in any way, like for example, like a statue or a flower or anything. Like, just try to avoid. You can make tweaks and make it proper, but I recommend you do not stand behind one, because that's a real pain, especially in After Effects. So enjoy the tutorial that's there. See ya. Alright, so that was the tutorial on that. Now once you've created the layer, what you need to do is now you need to go ahead and drag in your video. So I've got my video. Goddamn, which one is it? No, I can't. Yep, it's one of them. Has to be one of them. Yeah, it's definitely this. So I'm going to go ahead and drag it right into Adobe After Effects, put it into the whatever this thing is called where you put in your videos. Once you're done with that, go ahead and drag it into the movie. Let's just drag it here, but I always love to drag it into the movie thing. And it's dragged, and now as you guys can see, the video is shown up. And yeah, so what you need to do next is click the video you just dragged into this, and press Ctrl D to duplicate it, or you can just go ahead and click Edit and then Duplicate, which is Ctrl D again for hotkeys. For it becomes easier. So now you have got two layers of video, both are the same. Now the idea of doing this, or the idea of making two of them, is each video among the two, like there are two videos right now. The first video will be of the first action, and the second video will be of the second action. Like for example, in the first video, I want I'm reading a book. So now what you need to do is you need to go ahead and make sure the video is only reading the book. Go ahead and trim out all the unwanted parts. So, and yeah, I'll show you. I'll tell you guys later about it. So I'm sitting right here, and that's where I start reading the book. Alright, maybe a little bit more. Yes, there we go. So go ahead and trim that down to where you start reading a book, and then likewise go ahead and trim the ending part to where you stop reading the book also, like right here. So here, yes, there. So go ahead and trim that down, and now what you have done is basically you have gone and made your first video only reading. Likewise you need to do the same thing for the second video, but with a different action. So basically on one side of the sofa I'll be doing some other action, and on the other side I'll be doing another action. That's the idea behind it. Alright, so go ahead and drag this back here to the starting, which is a real pain in Adobe After Effects. Man. Okay. Alright, now if you shut this off, you can see that we've got the same video here. And now I have basically recorded one video of me doing two actions. Like as you guys can see over here, I get up and quickly take another place. I take a seat. I sit beside myself to do another action, where I totally go crazy. God knows what I'm doing. Shit. Alright, so go ahead, do the same thing. Go to make sure you use the timeline indicator, and go to the place where you start doing your action, and go ahead and trim the starting to the point where you start doing the action, and likewise go to the end and trim it also. So go to the end and trim it in such a way that you finish the action. I'm not going to be recording this part. Okay, wait, I'll show you what happens if you do not record properly. Alright, so I'm stopping there. So go ahead and trim that back down, and as usual drag it back, which is a real pain because it's not like Sony Vegas where you can alright, is that even straight? Alright, yep, it's pretty much straight right now, I guess. I'm not quite sure, but yeah. So if you click that, you can see that well, the first video is of me sitting and reading the book, and the second video is of me doing stupid crazy stuff. Okay, now what you need now is the complicated part. Alright, now what you need to do is click the first video. Okay, make sure it's clicked. Yeah, click it, and go to the rectangle tool here. Do not click the options and change anything. Just go ahead, click the rectangle tool. The small circle kind of thing will appear, and go ahead and draw, make it, just drag it along. Now this, as you guys can see, my first video can be seen right there. Now what you need to do is you need to align it in such a way that it looks realistic. Now as you guys can see, there is a small problem with the cushion, the brown cushion between here. So I need to make sure, I need to do it in such a way that it does not, screw up. So it will take time, trust me. You find the perfect spot when to do there. I think that's pretty good. Alright, not quite sure, but yeah, I guess that's all right. So double, and now as you guys can see, there is a slight problem, and there's a line in between. If you guys can see, I don't know how many of you can see that, but here there's a small line here next to the sofa. Now how to remove that? Now basically what you need to do is this should go to the first video where you created this. Beside, alright, just double click that, and I just made a mistake, sorry. Alright, you see this arrow right here next to the first video? Click that. Now these few options will come up. Go to masks and click the same arrow. Again, another drop box will come. Then you'll see mask 1. Click the arrow again. Another drop box will come with these options. Now you don't have to click anything else. So among the 4 options, you don't need to mess around with the mask path, mask opacity, and mask expansion. You need to mess around with the mask feather. That's what you need to change. Alright, so increase it to such a point where you think the thing can't be seen. Alright, if you have to make necessary adjustments, go ahead and make it. Alright, now as you guys can see, it's a bit difficult to now find out where the line is, but yeah, which is pretty good. So just go ahead and reduce it a little bit so the effect is insane. And if you need to make any changes, just click the mask ones and just move it. Alright, because you will have to move it no matter what sometimes. So just move it like there, maybe there. Yep, I think that's pretty good. Now it's pretty decent. As you guys can see, it's really difficult now to identify the the line in between. It's perfect. I've just mastered this thing, except for the cushion behind here, which can be fixed by reducing the mask and aligning it in such a way that is seen properly. There you go. Now a little bit lesser, maybe. No, a little more. So whatever it is, yeah, as you guys can see, it's kind of become proper. Now I'll show you one thing. It is okay. Now it's my fault that I had actually put the cushions behind, and it was completely my mistake, so I can't do anything about it right now. But you should look into that when you are recording it, because that's when it gets screwed up. Chances are there. So just play around with it until it becomes okay. I'll just keep playing around with it a little bit. Okay, so I have tried to fix it as much as possible, but the cushion is kind of the problem. So just ignore that. I mean, nobody's gonna see it unless you have freaking cat eyes or something. Now the problem I'll show you of recording what happened, that's the first one. Now the second one actually appears right here. Right here. As you guys can see, I raise my hands up, and my hand goes into the frames of the first guy, the guy who's in the first video area. So make sure you have kept enough distance so that this will happen. Just wanted to point that out. Yeah. So that's pretty much it. That's pretty much how you do it. So I'll just give you a quick recap. First of all, create a new composition. Go ahead, create it. Once you're done with that, drag in the video, put it into the timeline, and make a duplicate of it. Now once you've made a duplicate, what you need to do is trim down each video from the 2 videos. The first video will be of one action, and the second video will be of some other action you're performing on another side. So trim it down properly to where it starts and ends, and once you're done with that, align it properly over here. And once you're done, click the rectangle tool and go ahead, drag it, and it should, and your second character or your clone should appear, and adjust the mask according to your satisfaction. The next thing is, if you find any line between the video and between your two your clones, what you need to do is you need to go to the first video or the video you made the rectangle to. There'll be a small arrow. Click that. There'll be another arrow of masks. Click that, and again there'll be another arrow for mask 1. Click that, and make sure you only mess around with the mask feather. And that's pretty much it. That's pretty much how you do it, guys. I hope you enjoyed. If you did, like, comment, subscribe. It would really help me, and I'll see you in the next video. See you. Take care. Ta-ta. Bye.